Welcome back to the OffRangers podcast. I am the host with the most, GJC Universe, and we like to give a rousing welcome back to Soup for Thought. Back from last week, his cupcake accident, overdosing in San Francisco. He is back. Watch out for those red velvets and check on your loved ones. Happy to have you back, boy. And I'm here with the rest of the crew. Doombot TV, TK Typical _TV, Beyond Meaning, and most importantly, the man with the highest credit score here, McAllister Account. So our first topic today, we are going to talk again about elemental heroes in the world of anime, comics, and games. Specifically, we're going to talk about our favorite ice and lightning users from any of the genres. I'm going to start off here with Doombot TV. I want to know, who's your favorite ice user and who's your favorite lightning user? Tell me why.
So usually on this situation, I would went with Todoroki, but I figured that about all of us would pick Todoroki. But it turns out only a large majority did, not everybody. So instead, I went with Amelia from ReZero as my favorite ice user. Specifically her because she's technically a fire wizard, but I like the way they do fire magic in that show. It's technically just the ability to control temperature. Mm-hmm. So basically, she just all uses ice attacks, which I think is pretty cool. She is a slightly OP character. They show her power is kind of locked away behind mental blocks, so she's slowly unlocking it. The most we've seen her do is freeze basically an entire village solid, everybody inside, all the trees and everything. So I think she's a pretty cool character, and I really like the way they do temperature and fire magic and ice magic in ReZero.
That's pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Isn't ReZero the show where like every character is beyond, like, overpowered beyond belief?
No. Just like half of them, but they're gods, so it doesn't count.
And like, because I haven't watched ReZero in a while. In the scale of like overpowered, where is she on that show?
She's relatively low at the bottom. She's just starting to do shit, and we're just starting to see things from her. There's a lot of people way above who just waxed people who disappeared, and we don't know where they're at right now. So,
okay, and I'm gonna follow up a question. So, who's your lightning user? Let me ask that one.
My lightning user is Makoto Mitsuka from Scientific Railgun.
She's a popular one.
I think that they turned the ability to control lightning into a very overpowered bit from her. I mean, she's basically like a baby Magneto, Electro, and then she has a railgun, which is kind of like her ultimate move. And I think that she basically owns the show. She's got a lot of cool things. She's also like a baby Gara too. She's able to control like Iron Sand. Sweet. So they basically said, yeah, she can control electricity, but she can also do all these other things because of electricity, which you know kind of took some liberties there. But it's cool to see. So definitely favorite electric user right there.
Who do you think would win in a fight between your two characters?
Good God. I gotta.
You can punt on this one if you don't want to.
I gotta go with Mitsuka right now. I think it'd be a good fight. But Amelia's just, she's too restrained. She's too nice. We haven't seen her kind of let loose intentionally before. We've only ever seen her let loose as a kid when she didn't have control her power. Well, she was instant killing people left and right, but I don't think she would do that now. She's kind of got a different mentality. But I'm gonna go with Mitsuka just because she's a really stacked character.
Fair enough. Beyond Meaning, that's not bad. Soup for Thought. Speak.
You can jump in for a second. I will say the character you picked for Lightning, I'll give you credit for that one. She's probably one of the most creative Lightning users I've seen. Like usually everyone has just the lightning bolt attack, but like she's like controlling Iron Sand and shit. I think that's as far as versatility go, I feel like they're really up in the game. Taking some liberties, you're 100% correct. I'm up in the game with her.
That railgun move is savage though. I love it. That's one of my favorite signature moves in anime.
Cool as shit.
Is lit, but that's one issue I have with a lot of lightning characters, is that half of their powers aren't really lightning. It's electricity, which is different.
Huge difference.
Big difference. And they just give them like I know he's not a lightning character, but by like the definition of lightning, you could fucking include like static shock, which doesn't make any sense. But I digress. You brought up something important there. So Super Thought, I'm actually going to move to you now. Who are your ice and lightning users?
All right. Let me just start by saying I'm glad that we're just showing appreciation for the powers and not comparing them, because boy, I'm picking lightning 11 times out of 10. I love ice. It's one of my favorite powers, but it seems like it's just
lightning's so much better.
It's so much better, and ice is so disrespected, man. It's always that bullshit, which I'm gonna get into later when I talk about my ice character. There's always that bullshit where like, I'm going to freeze you with the power of 1,000 glaciers. You will no longer see the sun. And the next episode, they break out of it immediately. The second anyone flinches, which I really hate. But Glad we're not doing that. So for lightning, I gotta go my boy Black Kakashi, also known as Darwi from the Cloud Village, where they keep all the other heroes at. Think about it, like in a village full of black people and lightning users, you know how hard you gotta stand out to be both and still be a main character. Sure. Like I know I was talking about Doom about versatility. He doesn't just have like the regular like Sasuke has like a lightning stab. Raikage has a lightning stab. Kakashi a lightning stab. They're not all doing the same shit. He has the laser circus, which is like these pointed laser beams, but it's still somehow lightning. I don't understand, but fuck it. He has he hits Sasuke with 2 jutsus immediately with the water style, immediately followed with the lightning style, and then has probably one of the coolest jutsus, at least names, is I'm gonna mess up the Black Panther the Gale style Black Panther lightning, which is super cool. Great name, and it's a fact that some Japanese dude had to look up Black Panthers and find all that information just to give him a move I thought was awesome. So I got
scary shit.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Again, looking up like, these
Fred Hampton.
Wow, Fred Hampton. Would that have been disrespectful if he had like a Fred Hampton jutsu?
All right, listen. If we ever get our anime,
what about Rick James?
Oh my god, that would like Killer B already kind of problematic when you think about it, but we don't get into that.
Kind of problematic. You mean the first black character in the show raps and throws swords around?
It was so disrespectful. When he got
shades on,
and he got the shades on and the tattoos and cornrows. Oh god, that was getting worse.
Not even good raps.
I like the show.
Raps, bro. But, what about your that was your lightning user? What about your ice user?
Ice, I gotta go my boy Toshiro from Bleach, but at the same time, I have to hit you with a disclaimer that remember that issue I was talking about with someone hyping up their attack and then me getting broken out of?
Yeah.
He is the damn poster boy for that. I've seen so many episodes of him preparing this ice attack for 45 damn minutes. Immediately when somebody sneeze and break out of it, it pisses me off beyond belief. But as far as just pure relying on ice and really nothing else, I gotta give it to Toshiro. The dragon is super cool. He has a lot of cool ice attacks. Bankai kind of shitty where it's at because he can do the same shit in his before his sword release. He just does it better, I guess. But it's really kind of stupid. But I gotta give that boy Toshiro.
It's Texas Sensu being. That's all.
That's essentially that's all it is. It's like it'd be like if your power was to do 10 push-ups and then your alternate power to do 15. That's essentially what Bankai is. It's kind of hot ass. But hey, I still love it. He's still my boy. So I have some cold attacks, pun intended.
I'm so disgusted.
He gets better next season. He gets better next season.
I was just about to say I haven't read the manga yet. I know there's they're getting ready to animate it, so I'm hoping he has some kind of redemption because he has been taking L's back to back.
He does.
That's tough to hear, but moving on to someone that's never tough to hear. He's been a little down in the dumps today, but I want to get him up. I want to get him hyped for you guys in the pod because he loves you and he tells us all the time. McAllister account. What about you? What are your 2 favorite users of ice?
Man, can't keep me down. First of all, always up. Super Thought did hit on a little bit. I'm gonna say my lighting one is Killer B. I didn't want to be basic and go with Sasuke, so
that's fine choice.
Had to pick Killer B. The way he can manipulate it through his swords, kind of like Sasuke, obviously, but
better.
I think just his personality, you're not wrong. His personality, it just makes it better too. Make him an overall better choice. And he's always just kind of a comical relief character because he just starts rapping out of nowhere. It's the dumbest shit, which is hilarious.
I would be annoying shit for real.
You about to battle and somebody just start rapping.
Especially when you're supposed to be a fucking ninja.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like imagine you were trying your hardest and Killer B pull out a notepad. It's like, I'll put an M on your head like Luigi brother. Imagine that.
No.
That's funny.
I like that. Let me write it down real quick. Mid-fight. But no, his chakra control is just on point. So, Soup hit on it a little bit.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm going to pick.
So what about your ice user?
So kind of what Doomba said earlier. Did pick Todoroki, but I'm going to have to switch it up. May not be an anime, but I'm going to go with Iceman from the X-Men.
Ah, that's a good one, right? That's
bitch.
Wow. This is a safe space.
Stop disrespecting him.
I'm sorry.
Chill.
I have an issue with Iceman, but go ahead, McAllister. I apologize.
You know he's gay now. Is that a hit?
Oh God,
bro?
no,
I
yeah,
don't
pivot,
see, I don't
pivot,
judge.
pivot, pivot,
See,
pivot.
I don't judge. He's just he's a
Euro
great
step
superhero.
I've
What'd
made
you
clear
say?
that's not the reason I don't like him.
Oh, boy.
Sure.
Fried
All right,
moth.
all right, all right.
God, disgusting pieces of shit. But, all right,
Yeah,
McAllister,
wow.
Cal, Iceman. That's a real respectable pick. Anything else on the Iceman?
He's the GOAT. That's all I gotta say.
And you know what? I agree
OG
with you.
team, bro.
So
I
I'm gonna
kinda-
move
name
to
Bobby?
another go.
I kind of feel like he could have picked like Sasuke. I don't know, man.
Like,
For
I'll-
Ice?
For Lightning.
Lightning.
I don't really even consider Sasuke a lightning user.
What
He
about
has
that
one
Kieran,
move.
man?
I'll give you Kieran. The
He has two.
phrase "be gone with a thunderclap" is probably the coolest one-liner in Naruto. But as far as lightning, all he does is Chidori. And then
Didn't he have like 4 different versions of Chidori or something like that?
No.
Not really.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can,
like
you can cut up a
Chidori.
hot dog,
Really?
but it's still a hot dog.
I mean, like, would you consider, like, would you consider Naruto a wind user?
No, he's a Rasengan user.
That's kind of how I feel about Sasuke. Like, he just so happens to have a move that
wind
uses
user.
fucking lightning.
That's
So
a wind user.
technically,
I'll
is
classify
like-
as what
is-
you
To be
Element
fair,
Rasengan.
Sasuke is like the only character I've ever seen actually use lightning. Everybody else uses electricity, like you were saying, DJC.
True. That's not.
Technically, he's the only one who like had to wait for like a thunderstorm to arise and then use Kieran.
I kick
I mean-
Sasuke ass on a clear day.
And that's also like not really the using lightning. Then that's more or less becoming like a fucking lightning rod instead. It's kind of bringing it to you. So we'll see. I don't know. It's respectable, but I don't want to get bogged down on
Yeah.
Uchiha Sasuke. We're gonna get bogged down on Beyond Meaning's thoughts.
All right, so talking about lightning characters here, I'm gonna hit up with mine, follow through because Sasuke's ass and mine is better.
Oh my.
I have to go with what?
Your ass is better than something. Never mind. Keep going.
No, Sasuke is ass and mine is better.
God.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with the Killer Bee. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
I have to go with Genji Emmanuel. Shit, I can't even say his name. I'm just gonna say Genji from the Get Backers. It was an anime I used to watch as a kid. Probably only had like 2 seasons, but you know, it was pretty dope seeing this character. He was the muscle in the group, okay? I'm gonna say that right now. He was the muscle, and it's for a good reason. It's because he has lightning power. All right? And it's dope as hell. All right. This character, he used to hang out around with in the Limitless Fortress. This guy is coined and named the Lightning Emperor for a good reason. This man has the ability to control space and time. It's for a good reason, because if he uses his electricity powers, aka lightning powers, I don't know why they always confuse these two together, but you know, it's just crazy.
Beyond,
You
do
say
you mind
for-
explaining
Oh,
how
no.
the hell
He's making a
That's
point. What's
possible.
happening here?
What just happened? I'm sorry.
What is going on?
Just repeat it for a good reason. A bunch was like, yeah. For a reason, he's cool. Fuck it. I don't, fuck it. Let's move to the ice. I mean, that was your ice character, right?
No, that was my
That was your
lightning.
lightning. That was
character.
your lightning
That was
guy.
lighting.
I don't even know. I'm sorry. Move to your ice now.
What, bro? You know, he's cool.
That's fair enough. That's
He's
actually
like
good.
he's like a battery, bro. Except better.
So the
Trust
Energizer
lightning.
Bunny.
And then you can bring down lightning like anybody else, you know, it's crazy. All right. So moving on to Todoroki is my ice user, my favorite ice user of choice. Even though all he can do really is just send ice waves, freeze. You know, it's kind of basic, but I feel like I could see great things out of this motherfucker because he's been doing a lot of great things with just basic ice powers. All right, moving on to you, DK. Bring us in about that Todoroki.
He legit had the perfect transition too. I can't hate.
Yeah, I
DK,
give it
boy.
that way. I guess I'm start with my electricity user. I'm gonna go with Killua from Hunter x Hunter. I just like him. I just liked him all based off his whole storyline in Hunter x Hunter. It was I'm be honest, it's a lot better than Gon's, and it's just like pretty much his whole family pretty much got tortured, or he got tortured pretty much by his whole family, and then his powers are just amazing. Like it's just I thought he was pretty cool. His whole storyline is just amazing, and like it's just like Todoroki. He has a father who is shitty as hell, and just pretty much like trying to bring the best out of him in the worst way possible. So I went He said what?
He's like the anime equivalent of Joe Jackson.
Basically.
Joe Jackson wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Keep going, buddy.
So then for my ice user, I'm also with Beyond on this one. I went with Todoroki. I'm sorry, say his name wrong. It's just I think it's just him and Killua's storyline. It's just really intrigued me, and it's just something to really like kind of look out for because I guess it's that type of character you always see, like, you know, he's going to turn out really bad or turn out really good. And you just kind of want to see like his whole storyline, how he like handles the whole situation of basically his parents, or in this case, his father, pretty much being shitty his whole life. And then pretty much with Todoroki, like I said, his father's pretty much just like beating him up and just trying to train him to be the best, you know, person with a quirk, you know, both ice and fire on as one person. And it's just, you know, and right now, so far from watching, he's trying to be better than his dad and not be as negative and as down as a person. So
fair enough. I respect that. Well, I'll finish this off on this one. So for my ice user, first of all, I have to give a special shout out to Lord Esdef and all her sweet wafu glory over there with that beautiful blue hair.
Man.
I'm sorry, that time freeze, even though we're talking about liberties, that like time freeze shit where she freezes time technically makes no sense with ice powers, but it's still OP is all fucked and very lit.
So maybe her powers are not ice. It's just
I gotta watch that movie again because it was so good.
Her powers are ice. We're not gonna do this. But for my actual ice user, I'm gonna pick Aokiji from One Piece. So he's an ex-Marine. He was one of the 3 main admirals. I kind of like fell in love with his character during the Marineford arc, where he literally like froze half, like the entire fucking sea, and then like froze the goddamn waves that like came in. He's always been like an interesting character because at first he was an antagonist, and then he kind of went into like a gray area as a character where he was kind of an antagonist or a protagonist. And then he went back to an antagonist, and now he's back in that gray area. Just speaking of his like powers, I think he has like the traditional ice powers in a way that I can respect, where he actually is just ice. Like he can turn anything into ice. He can turn you completely solid. Now he does have that bullshit from like Bleach, where he turned some characters into ice, and they were like, "Well, we just have to thaw them out in time. If we thaw them out in time, they'll leave," which makes no sense. So if your entire body is turned to ice, you should die automatically. But I digress. Ice users in general are hard to pick because it seems like there's a lot of ice users, but a lot of them suck. So
a lot of them.
There's so many, but like it's just like their powers.
That's such a cool
lot of them
power, though.
Terrible.
It narrows down to the same thing. I can freeze you, and that's usually about it. I can freeze you or make giant ice cubes.
I feel like creators need to come up with more creative ways of using the power because I think everyone's just like, you can throw ice at people, or you can make ice out of things, and then
it's kind of just, you know, rinse and repeat with every character.
I always thought it'd be cool if you could make ice in any type of space, no matter where it was. Like if you could technically like use the liquid inside somebody's body and like freeze like an organ or something like that. I always thought it'd be really cool. There's probably characters out there that do that, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Like just freezing the blood, essentially. Like that'd
be wild. I thought that'd be a really cool way to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to my lightning character. This is another tough one because lightning is that is the power I would want to have.
Hell yeah.
And there's so many lightning users, and I automatically just went to my favorite lightning scene, and that is when Gil Thunder broke out in like season 1 and destroyed I forgot the character's name, Lord forgive me. But it was one of the coolest scenes, I think, in the entire 7 Deadly Sins. I like the way he used it because I also think if I had lightning powers, I would also have a sword too. I don't know why. I just think Gil Thunder in particular, especially with so many lightning users not actually being lightning users, and them, as we said a bunch of times, really being like static users and stuff like that, using electricity. Gil Thunder is an actual lightning user with his powers. So I think that's pretty much a home run for me. And moving on to the next one, we're talking about things we love and Gil Thunder and characters we want to be like. Let's talk about things we don't want to be in, and that is Attack on Titan. So we all agree that Attack on Titan is a horrible, horrible, horrible place to live. But is it the worst? Go to fuck. It is Paradise Island, technically. But is it the worst place to live? So for this question, I want to know, is Attack on Titan the worst place to live? And if no, is there a worse world out there to live in? I'm going to start off this time with, you know what, let's keep the same order. I like that order. Let's go with you, Doombot TV.
All right. So I have two here. One's for me personally, and one's for what I just think is the worst overall anime world to live in. For me personally, if I was stuck in season 1 of Sword Art Online, I'd die immediately. The fact that I'm in a video game where I can get cool swords, I can get cool gear, I can get like basically magic. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna kill animals and try to level up, get stronger. And Sword Art Online season 1, people just stab people in the back. I mean, you fuck around, end up in a dungeon where you be fighting demon lords and just get wiped out. So I could see myself kind of stumbling down to a base and like, oh, cool, there's a lot of stuff to farm down here. I'm gonna start killing stuff, and then I turn around, there's a demon lord behind me, and I'm dead. So yeah, season 1 of a Sword Art Online will be my instant death. But I think probably the worst overall anime world to live in is if you were a red blood cell and cells that work cold black.
That's pretty bad.
I think that they kind of toned down just how horrible some of those death scenes were. I mean, there are blood cells who were like floating down rivers of pee. And to me, just drowning in pee is just like the worst way to go. I can't think of it.
Just dead in the river of piss, about to get pissed out.
Dude, like not taking care of his body, like he couldn't get an erection. I mean, they were dying because of that. They were just dying left and right. I mean, germs were coming in and ripping them apart. I can't. You have no control over how bad it is, and every single day something else will go on. I mean,
but which world do you have control in though?
But this is different. This is like someone else inadvertently just throwing shit at you every single day because they don't want to do what they want to do.
And technically speaking, it's yourself.
Technically, it is yourself. So it's like basically like you're a little person inside your own body, which the person inside is killing you slowly. So I can't do that, man. I'm not trying to get ripped in half by a germ or drowning pee. I can't.
When the one friend died at the end of that season, that was some of the saddest shit I've ever seen.
When you commit suicide, you're just like laughing because you're finally free. That's different, man.
They in a whole different level of pain in that body.
I'm on front. I'll also say I just that body should have been dead. The amount of shit that body goes through, it doesn't make any sense that that body's still alive in that show. But moving on here, I want to go to you now, Super Thought, keeping the order up.
Osmosis Jones coming.
Osmosis Jones made it look fun.
They did make it look fun. To see some clips, I don't know, man. It looked rough in that body.
You're overworked. I don't think they slept really. They just kept going 24/7, man. I can't.
Bro, that scene when they were like, run. I was like, that was wild.
It's like being a passenger. It's like waking up in the passenger seat of a car and dude look over you drunk as fuck like, hey, you want to see something cool? You got no control over what the fuck about to happen.
I'm sorry, goddamn it. Just go, Soup, go. Tell me to just go. Is Attack on Titan the worst, or is there another world out there?
I know. In the grand scheme of things, there has to be something worse. Like I know, like old school Naruto, when you were passing the kindergarten exam and got sent out to war to fight adults. That had to be ass. But I'm sorry, I'll have something more eloquent to say. There is no other universe I would rather. There's no other universe I would hate to go in more than Attack on Titan. Fuck that whole place and everybody.
I violently disagree with you.
What?
I think there's several.
There has to be, but I'm talking on a personal level. This is imagine.
Fair enough.
I'd rather be on the front line of the Civil War in a bright pink shirt than have to wake up and be in constant terror. That's the issue. Like, but different universes, like, all right, at least I got a fighting chance, or at least I'm part of the military that's fighting another military on equal grounds. Like, imagine you're just sitting downstairs of your house and somebody drops something upstairs. You're thinking, oh shit, this is the day I die because a 50-foot baby is about to rip me in half like a Kit Kat. It's like this little constant terror going. Like, it's not worth it, man. Unless you are one of the damn Ackermans or you got a Titan, you are fucked. Holy, you are fucked. It's not worth it. Everybody died. It's not like they're coming to your house immediately. You're done. Like in Dragon Ball Z, not like how they blow up like once every 5 years. They blow up, flash. It's a little bit of heat. You're done. Attack on Titan. You're in the corner living room watching your family get broken apart while his baby is Reese's fat ass arm in there. It's not worth it, man. I'm sorry. I can't.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Fair enough.
Imagine that, man. Remember how he did Aaron Mom on the first episode?
I understand what you're saying, but I still feel like there are worse ways to go in anime.
There's so many bad ones. There's so many bad ones that are way worse than Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is popular.
Y'all gonna have to show me. Y'all have to show me because That's horrible.
Alright.
You wanna
That's
drown
hell.
in peace?
How about this?
Literally
How about
hell.
this? Right after McAllister account goes, I'm gonna show you because I know he got something good for us.
All right, that's fair.
Oh, you put me on the spot, even though you know I haven't watched Attack on Titan. That's crazy.
It's okay.
That's
You
really
know.
crazy. I'm gonna go with what I've heard of you guys describing of Attack on Titan and the clips that I have seen. I don't think many places can be worse than it.
Smart man.
But then also looking at it, there's many worlds that I would not want to see myself living in. Naruto, I mean, you're out there fighting when you're literally 5 years old. You're just out there,
Bruh.
you die. I mean,
If-
okay,
Mhm.
it happens. I guess that's like cool. Yeah, that's a normal thing that happens there. That's fucked. One Punch Man, there's shit just going around, entire cities getting destroyed. Like, and honestly, yeah. I mean, my hero, yeah, everyone gets quirks, but your quirk could be that,
Trash.
I don't know. You literally, yeah,
Straight
your
garbage.
quirk could
What does
literally do
Deku's
nothing.
mom do? She can like lift small things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could have the most useless quirk, and then someone robs you, and yeah, what are you gonna do?
Get dicked
Oh.
out.
Gun.
Yeah, so it's like those worlds would honestly suck to live in. I think just anything where people have superpowers would make it real tough. If you
Fair
think
enough.
about it. So,
That's a fair reasoning here, but Mike, McAllister, I'm gonna try to sway you here. I'm gonna try to sway you here, McAllister. Okay. I'm gonna
Alright.
drop a couple of anime here and tell me if they sound worse. So Moo Love, it's called Moo Love Total Eclipse. It's literally a world where this alien race has taken over the entire planet and they destroy cities in a go. And I'm not talking like they kind of like level the city, like they destroy the city. They eat everybody, but it's much worse because they take their time. The first episode of the anime literally had this girl and her little like mecha team go into this town to fight them, and then the monsters like toyed with them and then slowly killed them all. And there was one scene where the monster like it tried to let the one girl kill the other girl, like she was just in her mech, just dead. She was like, "Shoot me, Kimiko, please, kill me." And before she could shoot her, the monster just ate her ass. It was so sad. That is
Like
far
this-
worse than Attack on Titan, because in that like in Attack on Titan's world, like Titans high key aren't even a problem anymore. Like in the series, like Titans are low key just like background characters. The people are far more dangerous than the Titans. In that world, they have mech suits and they still can't fuck with the monsters. It's like a known fact. It's like, yeah, we just try to like fend them off as much as we can, and then we just run because they know they're gonna die. Moving on to another one is Blood Sea. Blood Sea is literally just Attack on Titan with more creative ways of killing people. Like the one monster turned its mouth into a blender, grabbed a group of like 30 people, and then just dropped it in his mouth and then just chewed everybody. Someone just laughed. You fucked for that and just chewed them out.
that's a quick way to go.
I'm a Vitamix.
And that's the world where like there's like a few people that can actually like fight back for the monsters, but the vast majority of the world is like Attack on Titan where they're just regular ass people and there is no mech suits and there's no like it's not like where Attack on Titan is now where like I said the people are far more dangerous than the Titans. If anything, you only have a problem if you lived on Paradise Island where the Titans were. If you lived anywhere else in that world,
God, it's like you read my mind.
you about to say that? Go ahead, Beyond. Tell me, Beyond.
I'm just saying. That's what I was thinking too. Early seasons, like, yeah, you don't want to live on Attack on Titan, but like in these later seasons, you are able to literally probably survive way longer than what you thought you would. All you're doing now, right now in the series, they're fighting their own people. They're fighting people. They're not fighting Titans really no more. The
I
fact
feel like
that
y'all are really ignoring the fact that Marty been dropping Titan bombs on people.
Well, I mean,
I
they
feel
even
that's a
said in the
huge
show
problem.
that
Oh.
they even said in the show that like Titans are becoming
yeah,
not as big as a threat 'cause they have more Titan weapons now to fight the Titans. And we did see the Armored Titan, who was like a huge threat at the beginning of the show. Like, oh my God, the Armored
Mhm.
Titan, he's busting through walls. And they
Yeah.
lit him up the second he dropped them.
They did, but do you remember what happened when they dropped them 30 of them shits into that wall, into that little area?
But Soup, that's
what's
because
happened to the majority of you.
no, that's because the other nations aren't as they're catching up technologically, and I think
Yeah.
once that happens, pretty much Marley's advantage is
Yeah.
just gone. That's why Attack on Titan is nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Like if it was
Okay,
first season,
let
I
me say,
wish.
let me It'll
It's
be
Stan
sick. They
Levi,
just
bro.
wait a
You
couple
take out,
generations.
you
It'll be
take out
fine.
like
But
a whole
Sue,
heart of them.
the other shows that I mentioned and that Beyond mentioned had the technological advances, and they're still like fuck like Attack on Titan season 1.
DJC, let me ask you this question. All right,
Mhm.
would you rather die? Would you rather die in a mech suit or die in your pajamas? Which
Mech
one you feel more
suit.
comfortable dying in?
Mech suit.
Exactly, and that's why I'm not fucking with the Titans. Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
That wasn't making any
I'd rather die fighting in a mech than die in my pajamas because a Titan ripped over my house without question. Blood seas about. Like I know complaints about that. That shit sounds
Okay.
terrible.
Would you rather die or not die? Answer the fucking question. Would you rather die or not die?
Dying. You die regardless.
Exactly.
I'd
So
rather-
what
if
does
I'm
that
in
question
any
you
world,
ask
I'd
me?
rather
You
die.
dead
First
either way.
episode.
I honestly right now I feel like
What it means, I'd rather die fighting in a mech suit where I feel somewhat like, okay, maybe I had a better chance than just have someone split open my house like a can of tuna and eat me.
Well, I mean,
Or
if
he
you're
can
die
die
fighting,
with
you
a
can just
sword.
join the Survey Corps.
Right. There's options for you.
You can join any of the armed forces. Really, you could definitely go out dying.
Do you want to pull up a random episode of Attack on Titan to see what happens when you do that shit without a
You
last
said
name?
you want to go out dying fighting.
Soup. I
in a
don't.
mech suit, damn it, not in my damn
it's all
suit.
funny
jacket like
They
Trump.
opened the suit up and ate the damn girl suit. What's the difference?
I mean, or you could become a Titan user
Yeah.
and you get your whole navel ripped the fuck out and then chewed up. So I mean, regardless,
That
Beyond,
would make me
that's
feel real
7,
bad.
8 people. There
That
are
would make me feel
millions
so
of people. Your ass is in a rural village in the middle of Kenya somewhere getting
Suit.
fucked up.
Or you could just move. I don't know why you don't just move to Attack on
yeah,
Titan.
bro,
It's an
just
option. It's
hop
an
in the
option.
water, dodge the sharks, get your ass over to the mainland, live a
Yeah,
life.
sir. I'll go over in Iceland.
Like
Wait for
World War II.
the fucking rumbling to start.
But Soup, you're literally forgetting the fact that Titans aren't a problem anymore in the show.
Titans are only a problem on the island. If you go out of the island, you're cool.
Realistically, if we're talking about being dropped to this universe, where the fuck do you think your ass is going? Where do you think you're going?
They're gonna fuck up
There's
and drop
a
me in the
lot of
ocean. I already
defense
know
in
it.
the damn
But
There's one little
Dropped on the
island where there's
You're getting
Titans.
dropped on that island. You're
There's
getting
one
dropped on
little
that
motherfucking
island.
island with Titans, and
Thank
then
you,
there's a
DK.
whole
Be
world.
realistic. You're getting dropped on the island, right?
Okay.
Be
You're getting
realistic.
dropped on the island.
The
You're getting
island is
dropped
low
on
key
the island
fine.
in a little felt shirt, and your ass is getting ate the fuck up.
Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna do this right now. I'm not gonna do this right now with you. Okay. I'm not gonna do this right now. I'm
All
gonna move on to a sensible
At
young
some
man,
point,
and that is
someone does need to
DK.
mention Berserk.
Shh, silence. That is
Berserk
DK
after
typical. DK typical _ TV. He's a very sensible man. He's got an underscore in his name. He's gonna get us back on track. Go ahead, DK.
So I think a world that I thought was like a lot far worse than Attack on Titan is definitely God Eater.
Good job.
Just that whole world is pretty much like unless you like pretty much what is it? You have like some type of thing in your blood or in your system or whatever, then
Mm-hmm.
makes you qualified to like actually be able to fight the monsters, like be able to get like weapons made for you in order to like pretty much you gotta be like pure blood essentially
Mhm.
to stay in this I guess you could say
The God Eater program.
yeah, but like the whole town and everything is like walled off, and those special people are only allowed in. Anyone else, you're not allowed in, and you're pretty much left to like defend for yourself against monsters that literally come out of nowhere and will fuck you up instantly. So
Y'all
I,
eat.
I Attack on Titan, even if you weren't pure blood or not, you still had somewhat of a protection. In that world, you either were pure blood or you weren't. And if you weren't, you were pretty much, hey, go do whatever, but you're not allowed in and it seemed really shitty. And it's just like I couldn't do it. And those monsters were really bad. And there's different categories of them too. And I mean, I only saw like the first season, so
Mhm.
I know there's probably going to be far worse when they come out with more seasons of God Eater and whatnot. So, and they're going to get bad, and they are already bad at the end of that first season. So,
The last thing I will say on God Eater is this: there is an episode where basically they show that they're never ever going to win, that they just need to survive. And there was like a fucking God Eater that was the size of a town, like not even a town. It was massive. It was the size of a whole city. And they were like,
oh God,
"When are we going to beat that?" And they're like,
they're never going to beat it. They had
Never.
like I think in the first season it was like they made like I guess you can say like a dome for pretty much to be protected from the world Pyrrha, but I don't think it's gonna protect them from nothing. So
Well, I guess we can all agree that that shit sucks, and we all choose planet Earth, where we live right now, where there's no issues and there's nothing but love and cuddles. Now, moving on to our next topics here. Obviously, we all know the show, The Incredibles. I'm sorry, the show. Good God, I'm such a silly vodka.
Movie
Such a silly vodka.
boy.
Don't start that. Don't start that.
Deku. I'm sorry. The movie, The Incredibles, it made the phrase "no capes" iconic. So, what's hero or villain rocks the cape the best? Let's go with you, Doombot TV. Tell me.
I'm gonna go with everybody's favorite hero, Batman.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
Batman?
So
That's what I'm talking about.
whether you
I'm
want to
so
admit it or
disappointed.
not, oh stop it. Who you gonna say, Superman? Anyway,
No.
I think Batman's
Disappointing
probably
you again.
besides just looking good. All right, Batman has a cape that's practical. I mean, his
True.
cape's not only just a cape; it's a glider. It protects him from like I think small
Fire.
firearms,
Yeah.
fire. So I think it's a pretty practical cape. He also, you can't deny when you just see that awesome like Batman fan art with his cape just looking really badass on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works. So I think Batman rocks the cape. I mean, he's had versions where he goes without the cape, like Terry McGinnis was pretty cool. I like the glider, but I don't think you're ever gonna rock that just Batman animated series thing on a rooftop. It's like you see the cape building in the wind. I just think he rocks his cape and he makes it practical. It's not just a cape. So
Yeah.
Batman breaks that no cape rule.
Fair enough. But Batman is like the king of plot armor. But that's a fair rule.
That's like every anime character.
He definitely gets a cape because he can't fly too.
Hey man,
Good one,
It's like getting a wheelchair
McAllister.
for
Good
someone
one,
that can't walk.
McAllister.
All right.
powerless bitch. No, but yes. You go.
I'm actually not. I'm Team Capes actually, but with a caveat. I'm Team Capes if you can fly. If you can't fly, you have no business using cape unless it's a practical reason. I'll give Doombot credit. Batman has a practical reason for it. He glides with it. He hides himself with it. So I'm Team Capes as long as you can fly or you have a practical reason. If you can't fly, you don't have a practical reason for using it, you are fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it's fucking stupid. And man, like,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Would you have any respect for Aquaman if he had a cape?
No.
Why would he have? Well,
Exactly.
That
Why
would
does he
be-
need it?
He could
That'd be
fly
so
through water.
impractical.
He could fly through water.
It
Stop
looks
it.
cool behind him.
The
They're
amount of
going
drag
to
that
bully
He's
the
a king,
fuck out of
bro.
him when
He's a
steps on the
king.
Justice
He
League meeting.
needs the cape.
Kings don't need capes.
You know how heavy that cape gonna be when it's wet?
He got super strength. It's
That's a
cool.
fact. That's a
They're gonna
fact.
bully the shit out of him in
God.
Justice League meetings, but
They already do. It's fucking
you're right.
Aquaman.
They're gonna make it worse. They're gonna make it worse. But so it has to be. You either got flags, looks cool. It's like the symbol of a hero. It billowing in the wind. Like you look so cool doing anything with a cape flowing in the wind. But it also has to be practical. But you know who got the coldest cape? Is I'm really disappointed Doombot not pick is Spawn. Spawn has the coldest cape.
You know what?
It is-
Every
What is it
bit of
about-
greatness cannot be mentioned, but I appreciate you for doing it for me.
Spawn has the
fair enough.
coldest cape. It's like it can move on its own. It can make weapons. It protects him. He can fly with it. Like it's like Doctor Strange's cape, except edgy as fuck. I love
It
it.
looks cute. It looks cute.
Very true.
It is cute. It has a little collar and extend
Exactly.
It just
Hey,
responded as
exactly.
cute.
up. Yeah, damn right it is. If I can pick a cape, I'll pick a Spawn's cape without question. Has little chains on it connected. It's sexy as hell.
I just
I'm
wanna do 'em.
disappointed no one else picked it. It's sexy as hell.
You're literally the second person. What do you mean you're disappointed no one else picked him?
I'm disappointed Doom didn't pick it. I know
That's
you
fair.
did
That's
Spawn
Two-thirds
fan.
of us haven't gone yet.
Superhero. He's got a point.
Yeah, but Doom's only main character. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Wow.
But he's right.
Wow.
He's
When you
right.
realize you're a
Doombot-
side character. Oh god.
I'm a secondhand citizen. It's a soup.
It was at this moment we should remind most of you guys that Doombot TV is very close to having 2,000 subscribers. Yes, Doombot TV is very close to having 2,000 subscribers. So if you want to go down there and hit that subscribe button for the OffRangers so we can get to 2,000 subscribers as well, and also finally have value in our lives, we would greatly appreciate that. Now, somebody who has value no matter if we have subscribers or not is McAllister account. So could you please tell us, sir, who looks good in a cape to you?
I would have to be, I guess, on the same boat as Super Thought, Team Cape, as long as it's practical where you could fly.
Damn,
If you're running along and you have a cape dangling, it's kind of just like you forgot to take off your bathrobe.
Okay, that was fine.
I'm gonna go with Doctor Strange's cape, just because it kind of has its mind of its own. Like it mentioned spawns. It can protect him. It makes him fly, which is
Mhm.
one of the key points for having a cape. And yeah, that's about it. Another one I want to little throw out is Thor. The way that his cape comes back in the first Thor movie is pretty badass. That scene where he gets his power back, and yeah,
That's cool shit.
All right, I'm not.
He just rocks it when it comes floating back onto him. So.
All right. I can't deny that's actually a pretty good one. I feel like he's one of the big ones out there. So moving on now to another big one. Very big, strong, powerful man. He benches 350 now. I'm going to go to DK_typical TV.
This is a hard one. Because I'm a fan of no capes, like whatsoever. Like I fucking hate capes. The capes are terrible. They're only there to really make it look cool. I'm along with Soup and McAllister, like Doctor Strange and Spawn pretty much are only two that have capes that are like pretty much usable because like they can pretty much do just about anything.
What about
protect
Moon
you?
Knight?
Shut your mouth, Beyond. Let him get through.
Like you said, Spawn's cape turns into a weapon and protects him, does literally everything. And kind of with Doctor Strange, his cape can literally fly off and pretty much attack somewhat and then like also protect them at the same time. So I'm kind of with them on those two. But other than that, I'm not a fan of capes. Like I think for like with my man Levi in Attack on Titan, he looked dope, flying around in the cape. I give him that. It looks dope, but once again, it doesn't serve him any purpose other than it looks cool. So that's the only thing I can really say.
That's true. Fair enough. All right. Beyond, you seem very eager there, and you said a name of the character that a lot of people want to see have a movie. So tell me, who do you think looks good in the cape?
Moon Knight, Marvel, Batman? Yeah, let's go. I think, I have to go along the lines of my favorite superhero ever to live, Batman.
Central.
Right there with Doombot. Man's uses cape practically. His cape has multiple functions, just like his whole persona. A lot of people would think I am just blowing Batman, but since I am not.
Oh yes, you are. Yes, you.
I am not. He's just an awesome hero. Great story. He has a cape for a real reason. Yes, he can't fly, but he has multiple tools in which to allow him to get through the air.
We're not talking about his tools. We're talking about capes. We're not talking about his tools.
Hey,
his cape
talk.
His cape is his tool because without it, he wouldn't be able to glide across to the building to save your ass on that other side when he needs to get over there. Okay,
I'd rather die. I don't want Batman saving me.
That's a wild.
I want Batman saving me. I'd rather die.
I'm on the team.
He on your own now.
Of course,
Go save
you're
me.
low on that one, buddy.
Fucking Titan Man can save my ass. I don't care.
No, I want Meteor Man. That's who I want. I
Professor
want Meteor
Pig
Man.
gonna come around the corner and kidnap DK typical TV, and that will be the gruesome end of him. He will never see him again.
I want Meteor Man. That's the only person I want saving me.
Man,
Has Batman never closed the door before? Like he been trying to do one of those quick exits.
I hate you. He's trying to leave Jim Gordon. Just shit. God damn it.
Damn, I need you to open the door. I can't get access.
The stench is in the city, and my cape is stuck. God damn, I'm sorry. Oh shit, let me collect myself here.
It's just he's just a cool character. You also have other characters who have capes as well. Superman, Supergirl, other big two. And then you also have like Martian Manhunter. And I feel like DC's more of that superhero style with the capes. And I just feel like Luigi capes are Luigi when it's worn by certain people. It's Luigi for a practical reason. And most of the time for a lot of the flying characters, it's Luigi just to help stabilize them while they fly through the air.
Fair enough. Can't hate. Well, it's my turn now, and last is certainly I am the least. I'm also not a huge cape guy. I just think they're just impractical. And even if you can fly, I feel like a lot of times it doesn't make sense for flying heroes. Like, it's kind of hard to convince me, man, without his cape, Superman would be fucked in midair. Like, no, I don't really believe that. But I have a weird reason for the person I picked because it's highly related to a rapper, and that is Dr. Doom. I kind of like Dr. Doom's outfit, just the way his cape kind of is. It flows with his overall aesthetic, I think, more than everyone else. Because granted, yeah, Superman has his cape, and that's very important. It's hard to view Superman without his cape. It's hard as fuck to view Batman without his cape. But it's damn near impossible to view Dr. Doom without his cape.
I mean,
he's
He's just
Say
naked
that.
without that cape.
I was about to say booty balls naked out there.
Mhm.
Plus, I really like the rapper MF Doom, so forgive me on this
R.I.P.
one. R.I.P. I know it's not a great reason. I perfectly acknowledge that, but I'm just not a cape guy. So for me, it's got to be something that's aesthetically pleasing and something that kind of touched my heart. And seeing that Batman and Superman are like cool heroes to me, but not my favorites. I don't really like connect with them in any way. And I like Thor, but I can his.
I seen
always
him
feel
without the
Thor's-
cape.
I'm about to say I feel like Thor's cape is kind of doesn't help him. I think 9 times out of 10 it makes him look worse. So that's why I'm gonna go
No,
with Doctor Doom on
I
this
don't
one.
think it makes him look worse. I just think
He just looks
he doesn't-
cheesy.
he doesn't
think-
really need it all the time like other heroes.
Fair. I just think capes are like so. I just think like cheesy like 60s 70s type superheroes and just capes is what I usually think about with a cape. You know?
You did see.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because I know, like, because Doom's cape, well, it's a great cape. It serves no practical purpose. It's all
At all.
aesthetic. Yeah, it's all aesthetic. So do you respect him any less? Because at some point, there was a version of his suit without the cape. He had to look in the mirror and was like, I look bad as fuck right now with this cape on. I can't take him serious knowing that it's only aesthetic. He had to think in his mind, man, I look super cool. They're going to flip when they see this.
I don't know.
That
I think
process
it
had to go through in his mind.
Fantastic
because
Four is gonna go live it.
I think it fits his character for like what happened to him of being like, this rich, genius asshole and then being disfigured, and now he's kind of got like these rags and tattered that make him look like like a cool ass wanderer. I feel like it fits his aesthetic, so that's why I don't mind it as
I mean,
much.
Ragman's cape is way more.
Yeah, all right, now we're gonna move.
I feel like villains don't wear as
You
many
will
capes.
not
I think about it.
disrespect Ragman.
I have no
Hey,
idea.
no damn squirrel girl. Now let's move on now.
Oh my god.
Squirrel Girl's almighty. She actually beat
Fine ass.
Thanos.
The book ass tea. Now moving to our last topic, which will definitely be the most heated in my opinion. We're going old school here to a classic battle: Yu-Gi-Oh versus Pokemon.
Man, Pokemon all day, bro.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up and let me finish. Or else. Shut up. Good boy. What do you wish was the Yu-Gi-Oh card game from the show or the Pokemon critters? So similar to the which world would you live in question, which show would you want to have in the room? Or would you want us running around going to the awesome Duel Academy? Or would you want a Pikachu breaking into your bedroom? You go first.
You already know exactly where I stand. You give me a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Desk in real life, and I'll be the happiest man alive. I am not dealing with an electric rat as I walk to the bus stop. I refuse. God forbid. Oh, we can't have Pokemon in school? All right, that's fine. So when I get jacked by a fire-breathing dragon because I didn't have my Pikachu with me, I'm not dealing with it. Nope. Just give me that dual disc. I will go to Dual Academy and be a very happy camper. I can't deal with. And you know how ugly a Pikachu look in real life?
Hideous.
It's a yellow rat with electricity powers. Who wants that?
He looked amazing in the movie.
Shut the fuck up.
That's the movie with Ryan Reynolds missing. You're not getting that. You're getting annoying Pika Pika every time you ask.
They're
me.
literally all going to look like the first design for Sonic, for that Sonic movie. It's just they're all a little horrifying
Oh
like that.
God, that would be terrible.
Just
You know,
fucking-
like a low key side effect is also like like when you're sleeping at night, you hear like crickets, you might hear like some rustling every now and then. It's gonna be loud as fuck at night. There's a whole bunch of screaming people.
Here, Charizard.
It's all fun and games till a fucking Deoxys falls through your living room. All right. So we got one smart guy. We're going to go to another smart guy because I know we should have a clean sweep on this topic. Soup for thought. What about you? Which will you pick?
Pokemon.
And, I'll be plain honest with you. I thought about this question for a while. I mulled it over, and I came to the same conclusion. I don't want shit from either of these universes. I don't.
What?
I'm
From
sorry.
either?
From either. I don't want shit. I don't want the dual monsters. I don't want the Pokemons. I don't want the Pokeballs. I don't want the spiky hair. I don't want the power.
Hey man, why you gotta be difficult, man?
The spiky
I'm
hair
not
would be.
being-
Why don't you
It
have spiky
ruined
hair?
it. 'Cause I won't have it. It will only be on my beard. I'm gonna look stupid. No,
You look so sexy.
I can't. Like
I do.
there's gonna be monsters running around. Like Doombot said, you got called. Who do you even call when you got a Pikachu infestation at your house? Now electricity fucked up. There's little Pikachu.
I agree
shits
with you.
everywhere.
I agree with you. But
Pokemon
imagine,
control.
just wait. Imagine a
What's
Pokemon
the
world.
benefits?
You could just leave in a Pokemon world. You just like, I don't feel like dueling right now, and walk the fuck away.
Leave where? To more Pokemon?
No, I'm talking about if you lived in a Yu-Gi-Oh world. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
all fun
okay.
and
All right.
games.
Yeah.
And until that one kid at school gets mad at you, and all of a sudden he's like,
Mhm.
"I play my blue eyes white dragon," and you're like,
Don't
"Oh,
do
no,
him then.
fuck."
If you
And
know
don't
he
do
has
him, just
what
walk
his deck,
away.
Exactly.
not
Just don't
do
do
him.
them.
And then
just
you
straight
and
up
all your
throws that
homeboys can pull up with your dark magicians and hit them with that glizzy.
All right, fair
Oh.
question now. You in the
Ski,
club,
ski.
somebody bump into you. They start an argument. They pull the dark magician. Ask
Shut
you
the
what's
fuck up.
You got, listen,
Oh,
you gotta
Exactly.
respond. You gotta
Oh,
do
God.
them. You gotta do
Listen,
them.
listen,
Yeah.
Dark Magician is
I'm-
not the most OP card, right?
At
It's
all.
not as OP as the show made it. It's not.
All
at
right,
all.
all right.
It's not.
What him is
There-
screwed
no,
up with Exodia.
I don't know, but a lot of cards nowadays go real in depth, and a lot of them are
Mhm.
OP.
Imagine getting jumped and somebody yell, "Hey, put the Exodia on him," and then you fuck. Now what?
You gotta
It
actually
doesn't make
draw
sense.
the Exodias. You have to draw the Exodias.
Soup.
Not only
It's a
that,
card
when
game.
if I find out he has Exodia, I'm throwing his cards in the water at the end of the show.
So I want you to know that 99.9% of the people in that show were never in any real danger. They just hyped it up for the show. I don't know why they yelled.
I don't know.
life
They
points
kept
got
hitting them life points. I don't know.
It was nah.
I mean, that's the same with Pokemon, though. You got to walk into tall grass to have an issue. When's the last time you walked in tall grass?
No, fuck that. They got
Nah,
flying
nah,
When's the last
Pokemon.
time
Mike.
you walked in tall grass?
There are god Pokemon just come out of portals like, oh, guess
Like,
he pissed off.
Man, every time
Yeah,
you
they
swipe
never went
up
around
on
and just
Pokemon
ruined
Go,
the
it's
entire
one like
towns.
right down the street. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm about to
They
say,
everywhere.
listen, imagine walking around imagine you're just sitting watching news and like ISIS has got a legendary Pokemon or some shit. What now? What are we gonna do now?
God.
What the fuck are we gonna do now?
ISIS has 16 Deoxyses before
Oh, Found out fucking Russia's
You
got
can
a
only battle
Rayquaza
other
or some shit.
Pokemon trainers.
Oh,
What are you
man.
talking about?
No, with legendaries, Mike.
You can only battle other Pokemon trainers, just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a duel.
Says who? No.
Mike,
Pokemon.
no.
Says the universe.
You whip them bad boys out, and you literally be like, hey, Robin, if you don't have your Pokemon strapped up, you're getting shocked to death.
They're gonna play them cards. It's gonna be the
Like
same
in the
exact
cartoon,
battle.
Ash can get electrocuted like 16 times and be all right because he's a cartoon character. You're dead. Like you're dead.
That's why I got a Pokemon.
Squirtle!
Throw that bitch out there.
Oh my god,
Fair
you're gonna have a
enough.
Caterpie and then we'll have a freaking Charizard, right?
So
The Caterpie's taking it. I'm running. That's easy.
One
sweet
benefit
Jesus,
though.
sweet Jesus. All right, we got two
Pokemon
people
low-key
left.
delicious.
We got two people left we really need to get to. Though we didn't go in order, I've gotten McAllister's feelings. You obviously have heard my own on this one, and obviously we've heard
Yeah.
Soup's.
I'm a hard pass on both these worlds.
Thank you.
This fucking hell. Yu-Gi-Oh would be so lit, but whatever, man. Whatever, whatever, dude.
All fun and
Let's go to
games till the
DK.
damn
man.
Dragons start blasting the whole world apart.
That's not in Yu-Gi-Oh.
That never happened in the
No.
So you're fine with the president
realistically-
by Yu-Gi-Oh duel. That's what you're saying.
I would 100%
Yes.
be okay.
Hey,
That'd be
hey,
the
hey,
most-
hey, 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 be quiet. Everyone be quiet.
I mean, that'd be the most
Hey.
watched debate ever.
all I'm gonna say is Soup and McAllister are on some crack. I'm Yu-Gi-Oh. Gotta go Yu-Gi-Oh.
This nigga. yeah. We gotta go Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, they're both neutral, so they're kind of cool anyway. They just don't want none of them.
I'd rather not have it. Can you explain why you gotta go Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I still feel like it's gonna become more of a problem than you think it will.
Because Yu-Gi-Oh! The monsters aren't real. They're just like in the cards. The reason they popped up on the show because they had like holograms that would either deploy out their dual disc and later on they had like these scatter looking things where you could see the monsters.
It is
But
what
I
it
mean,
is.
Can you explain the
I-
light
like-
point thing again? Because it's been a while.
The light it's literally just what you have in the game. It's like kind of like how you I don't know like a card game you play in like in our world. You just
No
have
one
light
ever
on the card.
dies in that show.
The only time someone died
think
is when
Uncle died,
the
right?
one antagonist apparently was a demon lord and start whipping out real monsters. That was the one time.
Why'd you say that?
Real monsters.
Oh,
There it is. We
well,
talking
God
about.
damn it. Why'd
But
you say
technically, it was
that?
if you're in a
Well,
shadow
well.
game. The only people he faces is the person like, yeah, you want to duel me in a shadow game? You be the protagonist. Like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. No
God
one else
damn
is going to say that. No one else
Like-
is going to be like, all right, I'll duel the demon lord.
I just want to go to Duel Academy. That'd be so much fun.
Are you
Dueling
okay
would be
with
fun.
putting on a random piece of jewelry and having a demon get possessed by a demon? Are you okay with that? 'Cause I remember that happening.
There's only 9 of those, bruh. Stop.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm done.
How many guns are there right now? A lot.
There's
I'm
really a
fucking done.
Pokemon. I'm sorry, I can't do it with the god Pokemon. That's my like absolute no. And you just mentioned, imagine how like you walk in late at night to go take out the trash, and there's like what's the little rat Pokemon? There's like
Rattata?
three,
Right.
like
Hell
three of
no.
those just like chilling by the trash can.
Fuck no. Fuck
Exactly.
What are you
Like,
babe,
like-
get
like-
the Pokeballs. Get the Pokeballs. What? I'm in the shower. I can't hear you. You're dumb.
Fucking your shins up.
He just did his patented high-pitched scream, so I want Beyond Meaning to finish us off here. You're going to be our last one on this podcast. Make it quick. Make it snappy.
Man, Pokemon all day, every day. I don't care about Yu-Gi-Oh. No, I'm just lying. Yu-Gi-Oh all day, every day.
You was
Let's
3
go,
seconds from getting
baby.
I'm
muted.
about to say,
Let's
you-
go.
Let's
Gonna come out there and
go.
dueling. You
We
know,
pull up to do a
anytime you got any issues with somebody, instead of using glizzies, which actually hurt, you actually use those Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you sell it like real men. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I
Hey,
agree, bro.
DJC, real quick, I just want to add that you will not be in the cream of the crop for Dual Academy. You will be in somewhere in fucking DC or Baltimore in a Dual Academy getting top bullshit. I just want to add that.
He just called me remedial. He said I'm a remedial duelist. I got dueling deficiencies, bro. What are you saying?
Your ass gonna be in Malcolm X Dual Academy.
Oh God.
Welcome to
first of
Class
all-
Z. We are the misfits.
Let me tell you something. Black duelists are just as accomplished as white duelists, so we can do anything anyone else can do. Let me tell you something right now. Do you know how amazing it would be to just go to a store and just change your life? You just randomly like, oh my God, I got a Slifer. Great. Now my family's rich and famous.
You
Boom.
think them shits are not gonna be dumb expensive and getting sold at Saks Fifth? You really think you can pick some up at Walmart now? Come
There's
on,
so many.
DJC.
There's too many cards for them to just not have them everywhere.
Come on,
There's too many.
DJC.
There's too many.
Sounds like we need to have a duel here.
We do.
You're gonna have them.
Then maybe
Damn it, I'm
not.
trying to tell
Maybe
you
not.
now.
Maybe not.
You know
No,
what?
maybe not on the duel, but you know.
No.
Oh,
Beyond's
no.
got a point. Next week, OffRangers
No,
channel. Me
I'm not.
versus Soup for Thought. Duel Academy. Winner takes all.
You see, you're joking. This is shit that really happened.
Can we get back to the president being decided by a duel? Because I just really want that to happen.
That
I
would be
love that
cool.
premise.
That
What?
was funny as
What
shit.
did he say? What did he say?
You gotta
President
make
of the
sure,
United
yeah.
States
Oh.
being decided by a duel. I would love
Oh
that.
God,
You gotta have
man.
all of the straps.
that's like the ultimate tournament, low key.
Yo,
They would
man,
hype
like,
that up
I
at
will-
the Super Bowl.
I will whip my fucking pistol out so fast.
and get your ass disqualified.
I love that.
But hey, a win's a win.
It's like he's going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Oh, that's what oh damn it, you're right. He's going to Shadow Realm.
From the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Mookie King. Now, to end this podcast up, because I think we've got it here. We're not going to come to a consensus on this, so we don't need to fight anymore. We're families. We're all brothers from another mother. And with that, I'm going to end this episode of the Off Rangers podcast. I have been your host with the most, GC Universe here. Once again, thank you, Soup for Thought, for coming back from that cupcake accident. Boysenberry, Cranberry, had them all, but he's back, stronger, better than ever, with that hair growing back in. Love him. We got to thank our boy Doombot TV, strong, powerful, graceful. DK_typical TV. He's got an underscore in his name, which means he's smarter than you. And ladies and fellas, he's an engineer, so you're dumb compared to him. Beyond meaning.
So
Beyond meaning. You've killed 6 people in the last week, and I'm proud of you for that. And
Whoa,
I'm not
whoa.
joking.
Whoa,
And most
whoa,
importantly,
lies.
McAllister account. His
Buy
credit
them
score.
stocks, boy. Buy
I'm
them
about to say
stocks.
his credit score somehow, some way has 5 numbers in it. Never seen that happen before. He's above 1,000, ladies and gents. Very important. But we have been the Off Rangers podcast. We will be back next week with another episode of the Off Rangers podcast. Beyond, hit him with the line.
We're Rangers, and we're a little off.
Peace.